Hello and welcome to the weekly preview of the SSE Airtricity League of Ireland action with the Irish Independent. I'm Aidan Fitzmaurice. We'll start this week at Dalymount Park. It's been even in this fixture in the last while, with a win for each club and a draw in the last three Bohs Rovers games at Dalymount. But this fixture is probably the most unpredictable of all Dublin derbies. This week Stephen Bradley referenced Shamrock Rovers' last game at Dalymount, where Rovers were 2-0 up. They drew 2-2 but could have lost the game. At times like this, there's more attention and focus on the medical team for Shamrock Rovers, as they spent the week since Monday's win over Drogheda United trying to patch up their walking wounded. Rovers had 8 senior players in the stands for that Drogheda game. An injury to Richie Towell in that match made it 9 first-teamers out with injury. Bradley has said this week he does hope to have people like Marcus Poom and Rory Gaffney back, while Jack Byrne could even feature for the first time this season. So this is a test for Bradley's experience as a coach to balance out the need to have a strong squad for a very tough trip to Dalymount and the players' fitness. For this game, Bohs have threats from out wide with the likes of Dylan Connolly and Dale Rooney, but I think this one could be won or lost in midfield, and expect Bohs to put Adam McDonald back into the central role in the starting 11 to give that Bohs midfield a bit of bite that was missing in the last game in Dundalk, with Rovers hoping that Marcus Poom's fitness can allow him to play, as he can be a key player and he does love this fixture. Up the road in Oriel Park, we have a potentially fascinating battle of wits on the sidelines between the old maestro Noel King in the Dundalk dugout and Damien Duff with Shelbourne, with a 22-year age gap between the two coaches. In this one where Dundalk and Shelbourne go head to head. Shells have had 3 really energy-sapping Dublin derbies in 3 games, and now they can switch off from that derby mentality with games on the way against Dundalk, Derry City and Drogheda United, as they look to fend off the challenge to their top spot from Shamrock Rovers and from Derry. This is a test for Shells, as Dundalk are very, very mean at home. 4 clean sheets in the last 4 home games since they were thumped 5-0 there by Sligo Rovers. But Shells are also very good away from home, just 1 defeat in the last 8 outside of Talca Park. For Shells, having Mark Coyle fit again makes them very strong, and it does look like that Shells' options off the bench, with the likes of Sean Boyd not starting but coming in, could see them able to open up Dundalk and get that win. Over in Inchicore on Friday, we have 2 teams who are low on confidence as Drogheda go to Richmond Park. There was a huge mood swing in the Drogheda camp in the space of just a few days. They had the high of that win over Sligo last Friday, and then a very heavy loss away to Shamrock Rovers on Monday. It was one of those nights where they lost 4-0, and yet their goalkeeper, Jethron Barr, was probably one of their best players. St Pat's are 4 games without a win, and they need a lift in the next 2 games before they take on Rovers in Tala. So they will see the Drogheda-Sligo doubleheader as a chance to get back on track. But John Daly's side really haven't convinced in the last month, and they will badly miss Joe Redmond, though we don't know how long he'll be out for. It could be weeks, it could be months. This one could be a tense draw unless St Pat's can find a way. Derry City are on the road again, heading for Galway. And it has to be noted that last week's win in Waterford was City's first away win of the season. After a lot of disruption due to injury, Derry have a more settled side now. They've had practically the same starting 11 for the last 3 games, and Pat Hoban's return from injury has made a difference. But doubleheaders like this do pose questions for coaches like Rory Higgins. He has to answer, can the likes of Pat Hoban manage 90 minutes in 4 days? Galway are unbeaten in 4 home games, and with Brendan Clark really defying his age and clocking up the clean sheets in a very impressive way, I think this could be a scoreless draw. Goals have been very hard to come by for Sligo and Waterford in the last few weeks, so don't expect a high-scoring match when those two meet in the showgrounds. Sligo have 2 goals in the last 5, and Waterford have scored 1 in the last 3. Sligo's squad really is stretched at the moment. At the back, they're really missing Nando Pinacre, and in attack, they really need to get the likes of Simon Power and Max Mata fit again. Waterford are decent away from home, and I think they have the ability to expose Sligo's frailties and get the win. So that's all the Premier Division action for this Friday, but there are some very decent games in the First Division. The Kerry Cork City game was a sellout a few days ago. Bray will be looking to keep up their good run away to Cove Ramblers. Finn Harps are looking for a reboot at home to Treaty United. UCD expect to add to Longford's misery, and Athlone go to Wexford looking for a 4th straight win. So that's the Friday action. Keep an eye on the Irish Independent's online and social media output for all the latest, and we'll do this all again on Monday with the Bank Holiday programme. Thank you for watching.